think is this the same one or is it different? Okay. No, it's the same one.
We only had the
Turns. Yeah. Pause it when he's coming around in there. Pause it in there. Okay. This skier stands well. Here you can see where the location of the hips are relative to the feet or to the bindings. Something that's nice is the angle here is matched by the angle that way. So that matches up quite nicely. And then the spine angle is similar to that angle. So I know this person's a pretty centered skier standing in the middle of the ski because of that look that I see when the skier goes across the turn. Play it a bit. Okay, you can pause it there again, in there. Again, nice here. You see the angle of the femur like that. Okay, here. You look kind of like a lightning bolt. The spine, the femur, the lower leg, like that. This person skis well, and when you stand like this, you're engaging the turning efforts, or the turning muscles in the leg, the glutes, and the hamstrings, and that's a good stance to have there. Okay, play it. Good. Good.
I see like a tiny bit of stemming. Does that mean it's a bit forward?
Do you know what I'd like to see with that skier is just a little stronger turning effort through the end of the turn, so that there's a maintaining or increasing of separation at the end of the turn. And if you see sometimes there's a little stem, to me it would indicate that the lower body's not wound up enough against the upper body. And if you don't, do you know what I mean by wound up?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I'm standing like this where I've got a lot of wind, I can turn both legs together. If I come through the end of the turn and I'm a little bit square, then I may go like that and step a ski to the side because the twist of the leg isn't strong enough as a result of steering and separating. It's very, very good skiing though. That's a nice demonstration there. We'll watch it again.
That's more like intermediate.
Yeah, it's intermediate parallel.
So you say might do a bit of rotation in the hip then.
Yeah, he just closes off at the end. He gets a little square at the finish of his turn, a little bit square at the finish.
No, do you think you get a bit tall too early?
Sorry?
It gets a bit tall too early?
No, it's pretty good. Yeah, I think it's good demo. Yeah, he's got to maintain separation and angulation through the end of his turn, and then it'd be even better. But that's close to level 4, intermediate parallel. It's very good. Good. I think we got to go through one at a time now. This one. This is forward. Okay. This is forward. We can pause it in there. Okay. You see, there's a lot of ankle flexion there, and the hip is actually forward of the foot. You see that, and because of that stance, the back of the ski moves a little bit, and the radius or the arc of the turn, instead of being round and smooth, the back of the ski gets moved, and the radius gets too tight because the back of the ski is moving. So we got to get this guy a little straighter in the ankle, get the hips in behind the feet, and feel like he's steering the skis from the back versus being forward and pulling the skis through the turn. And then the arc of his turn will be a smoother, rounder, bigger arc. The arc of his turn should spend more time in the fall line. It gets cut short very quickly because of the stance. See how quick it is? Short turns, forward pivot point on these short turns. You see the back of the ski moving. So same thing, skier's got to get back, pivot from underneath the heel more so that the whole ski turns. The whole ski turns rather than the back of the ski moving to the side. Same skier?
Yeah.
Okay, you can see the way the feet get displaced as a result of the pivoting effort. I do an exercise sometimes You guys know what spis is? Okay, try doing spis, but leave the tail of the ski on the snow and just move the tip of the ski in the direction that you want to go. And in effect what you're doing by that is you're moving the pivot point further back on the ski so you're trying to get the feel for directing the tip of the ski into the turn versus moving the tail of the ski outside the turn. It's good for your core. It's a really hard exercise to do. So, but that would be a good exercise for Frederick. Good. Pretty good skier though. So a lot of flexion in the ankle joint. See the way she bends? She bends down like this on the ski, here like that on the ski instead of bending this way. Okay, so she's got to get off the front of the boot, bend the hip in behind the feet, and feel more the bottom of the boot on the foot versus the shin coming to the front of the ski boot. When we ski, do we feel the shin on the front of the boot?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And why does that happen? Why do we feel the shin on the front of the boot?
Our ankles are bent.
Okay, our ankles are bent because we're skiing. That's a very good answer. Because we're skiing. Okay, any thoughts?
The ski bends.
Because the boots fit properly.
The ski bends when you ski and push back.
That's good. So you set the angles on the snow, and the snow pushes against the ski, or the ski interacts with the snow in a way. The snow pushes against the ski, and the ski pushes the front of the boot to your shin. That's how the shin should interact with the front of the boot. You should never push your shin to the front of the boot. You should set the angles and let the snow push on the ski, which in turn pushes on the front of the boot to the front of the leg. That's why the best skiers in the world, they have really stiff boots, because they need for the ski to perform. And if the boot's too soft, when the ski presses in a GS course, presses the front of the boot into the shin, if that boot's too soft, then the ski loses grip. That's why they ski with 150 or 180 or whatever stiffness of boots they have. How do we balance on our outside ski when we ski? It's a philosophy lesson now. How do we balance on the outside ski when we ski? That's a big question.
By balancing.
Good. And if you balance more better, then you're a more better skier. Okay, what happens is you turn the legs like this, which creates a steering angle and an edge angle. You get friction as a result. The friction on your skis is greater than the air friction on your body, and so the skis, in a sense, slow down as they steer, and your body keeps going. And that's how you get to the outside ski. That's also how you get shin pressure on the front of the boot, is you turn like this, you set edge angle and steering angle, the snow presses against the ski, and your body continues like that, and then you get contact with the shin on the front of the boot. It used to be a question. We used to have a written exam on the level 4 course, and the question was, how do you get weight transfer in a snowplow turn? And it is rhymes with rearing, by steering. Yeah, the skis do this. You steer the ski that way. Because you steer the ski across its path of travel, the skis slow down, your body continues on with momentum, and you stand on the outside. You should never try and balance by doing this or doing that. Balance has to occur from the snow surface up. Let's look at the next skier. Philosophy lesson. Good. You know, I like this game. The ski's got some bite to it, doesn't it? The ski has some bite. And this skier's pretty good because he's got a feeling for the ski going like this underneath his body. That's why this skier's pretty good. He needs a little bit of polish in terms of getting a pole plant in there, and through the action of getting a nice pole plant at the end of the turn, he should try and achieve an angulated C position at the end of his turn. Okay, the timing of his pole is a tiny bit late, It's got to come earlier, and it's got to contribute to the C shape in his body versus that, which kind of takes away from the angulation. This person's a good skier. A nice feel for steering the ski and standing in the middle of the ski. Just needs a little bit of polish with how he uses the poles and where he goes with his upper body in order to achieve angulation. Let's look at the next skier. Okay, this is a forward stance. Obviously, this person is skiing by doing that kind of action to the skis. Change her stance and probably get away from short radius right now with this person. Get the person to stand like this here so that they use the big muscles in the legs, and then get this person to steer nice round intermediate turns initially so that she gets a feeling that skiing is not about moving the base to the side of the body, but it's about steering the base underneath the body and then allowing the body to move inside the new arc. So I'd work on the stance there. You see, pause it for a second. Okay, you see again, there's a lot of bend in the ankle joint and she's very straight in here. So we got to get her skiing more in a sitting position so the big muscles get engaged, and then she can steer the skis like this versus standing here and displacing the back of the skis. Make sense? Okay. This looks like the short radius run again. We've already seen this one. Okay. Yeah, it's good though. That's a good run. Yeah, looks Canadian that run.
Be Sophia is Canadian.